People want to insinuate we extorting people. Ain't no money in that shit. Real niggas ain't gonna have that no way. Check in for what? I don't want to impose or force myself to embrace nobody.
J. Prince, the elusive yet powerful figure behind Rap-A-Lot Records, is one of the most respected and feared names in hip-hop. But before he became the man who helped build Southern rap and influence the careers of legends, he was just a kid from Houston's notorious Fifth Ward, a place known for its poverty, violence, and resilience. James Prince, born James Smith, didn't grow up with a silver spoon. He was raised in a rough environment where survival came before dreams. But even then, he had a hustler's mentality, a vision for something greater than what the streets offered.
At the age of 7 or 8 years old, I told my auntie, grandmother, mother, everybody, I'm gonna be rich. So this spirit of being an entrepreneur fell on me at an age like that. So, I don't know where it came from, but it was in my DNA.
And that vision would take him places most people from his neighborhood never imagined. Before the world knew him as J. Prince, he was working multiple hustles. He started with mowing lawns, then graduated to flipping bikes and electronics. In his early 20s, he opened a used car dealership in Houston called Smith Auto Sales. He wasn't just another guy selling whips. He was smart, organized, and knew how to move product and people. That business helped lay the foundation for what would become his real empire. It wasn't long before Prince realized the potential of music, especially rap, which was quickly becoming the voice of the streets across America. He wasn't trying to be a rapper, he wanted to be the boss behind the scenes, the one calling the shots and making the plays.
That time when Sir Rap-A-Lot goes in, what other artists are around?
At the time, it was Jukebox and Raheem. Okay. You know what I mean? I was left with them two, and I ended up doing a solo album with A&M with Raheem.
J. Prince was heavily influenced by figures stood for independence and power. He looked up to people like Berry Gordy, the founder of Motown Records, a black man who created his own lane and made legends without relying on the major labels. He also admired businessmen who built wealth from scratch and didn't fold under pressure. Prince saw how the industry often chewed up and spit out young black artists, and he made it his mission to protect and empower his people. That's how Rap-A-Lot Records was born in the late 80s, right out of the back of his car dealership. It started small, but his vision was massive, to build a label that gave a voice to the unheard. Rap-A-Lot Records didn't sign a big mainstream deal at first. That was never J. Prince's goal. He valued independence, control, and ownership over fast fame. The label began by focusing on regional talent, most notably the Geto Boys, who would become one of the most influential rap groups in history. Their raw, unfiltered stories about life in the streets hit hard, and Rap-A-Lot gave them the platform to be brutally honest. The label didn't shy away from controversy, in fact it leaned into it. That boldness made Rap-A-Lot stand out, and eventually the majors had to come to him. Over time, the label would partner with major distributors like Priority Records and Virgin, but never at the cost of losing control. J. Prince wasn't selling out, he was buying in on his own terms. What makes J. Prince different from other label execs is his mindset. While other companies were caught up in flashy marketing and quick cash, J. Prince was building a legacy. He was focused on protecting his artists, teaching them business, and showing them how to navigate a system that wasn't built for them. He operated in the background, but always had a powerful presence. Over the years, he would be credited with helping launch and support careers of people like Scarface, Bun B, Pimp C, and even Drake. So why do rappers and industry execs fear J. Prince? It's not because he's a violent man. It's because he's powerful, calculated, and deeply connected. He's protected artists when no one else would, and he's handled business in ways that don't require press releases or Instagram posts. He moves in silence, whether it's helping settle beefs behind the scenes or warning major players to back off. People listen when J. Prince speaks.
Jay Prince is making efforts to resolve the ongoing feud between Youngboy Never Broke Again and Drake before it escalates any further. Last night, Jay Prince took to Instagram to address the issues between NBA Youngboy and Drake. In the post, he shared a photo featuring himself, Youngboy, and Birdman, symbolizing unity and friendship. They discussed their past, present, and future, ultimately leaving with mutual respect and a commitment to move forward positively. Jay Prince acknowledged the song that referenced him and Drake, publicly emphasizing that Drake is like a son to him, and urged NBA Youngboy to remove Drake from his list of enemies.
Drake, for example, credits Jay Prince with saving his life and career during the infamous beef with Pusha T. Prince stepped in, made a call, and everything cooled down. That's influence you can't buy. Another reason Jay Prince commands fear is because he doesn't play by the industry's rules, he makes his own. He's known for his loyalty, but also for his readiness to apply pressure when necessary. He's been mentioned in everything from FBI investigations to hip-hop documentaries. Yet he's never been brought down. That mystique, that untouchable status, makes people nervous. He's the kind of man you want as an ally, not an enemy. And for decades, he's maintained that position with grace, focus, and discipline. Jay Prince is also known for teaching his sons to carry the torch. His son, Jas Prince, discovered Drake and helped broker the deal that brought the Toronto rapper into the Young Money Cash Money family. That connection added another layer to Prince's legacy, showing that the family business wasn't just rooted in music, but in long-term power moves. The way Prince navigated that entire process without lawsuits, beefs, or breakdowns shows the respect he commands behind the scenes. In the end, Jay Prince is more than a music mogul. He's a symbol of black independence, southern strength, and street-smart intelligence. He showed that you don't have to be from New York or LA to make noise in the rap game. He put Houston on the map, created a blueprint for independent labels, and raised the bar for what it means to be a boss in hip-hop. Jay Prince built an empire, and he did it on his own terms. And that's exactly why the industry fears him. Because no matter how loud they talk or how many records they sell, very few can match the quiet, commanding presence of Jay Prince. He doesn't chase the spotlight follows him. And in an industry built on image and hype, his silence speaks louder than any hit record.